In the past few hours, there's been news that one of the world's most wanted men, the Mexican drug lord Nemesio Oseguera, has died from injuries sustained during a raid by Mexican security forces in the state of Jalisco. In a sign of his influence in the world of narcotics, Washington was offering a reward of $15 million for information leading to Oseguera's arrest. A security operation is underway in Jalisco right now. Some of Oseguera's supporters and cartel members have been engaged in acts of violence following the news of the killing. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel is one of Mexico's most violent drug trafficking organizations. In the capital, Mexico City, is Adam Hancock. Adam, just for a bit of context, NPR, one of the most respected news outlets in the United States, says that this cartel is one of the main suppliers of cocaine to the U.S. market and earning billions from the production of fentanyl and methamphetamines. So the Mexicans have got him, but could the Americans have been involved here as well?
Well, we have just heard from the Mexican embassy in the United States that the U.S. provided information to help the Mexican authorities with the capture of El Mencho, this notorious, feared, extremely influential drug lord who this morning was killed in a raid in Jalisco state. So we know that for a while now there's been a lot of pressure on Mexico from the United States over drug trafficking, over the production of fentanyl, and also over the role of drug cartels in the country. President Trump has spoken about this earlier in the year. He actually designated the cartel that El Mencho led as a foreign terrorist organization. So there's been a lot of pressure on the government here to do more in terms of stopping the cartels and stopping the flow of drugs up into the United States. And they certainly have a prize to show now in that they have attempted to capture and murdered or killed even in attempts to capture El Mencho this morning. And now it's something that they can go forward to the United States. And it does seem that there was some kind of collusion between both countries in terms of how this operation went.
This cartel seems to be almost a mini army. They're so well equipped with all sorts of weaponry designed to perpetuate their violent tactics, which they're very famous for. What about the cartel members and his supporters who are creating problems there now following the death?
Yeah, this has always been a big concern of the Mexican president in terms of this approach of taking out the kingpins of these cartels. It leaves members very angry. They have such a powerful network across Mexico, and violence can spread very quickly. And we have seen that today with this video circulating on social media of gunmen out on the streets. A lot of roads have been barricaded with burning cars. We saw some videos from Guadalajara airport earlier today of people running through the airport, panicking. There were some reports that there was shooting within the vicinity of the airport. A reminder, of course, that Guadalajara is a host city for the upcoming World Cup. So I think people are very much on edge here. The United States Embassy have issued a shelter-in-place warning to a lot of to U.S. residents who are in a number of Mexican states. We're seeing videos of burning cars. A number of flights a number of airlines have cancelled flights to tourist resorts. And I think now in the coming days, it's going to be very interesting to see what response we get from cartel members who are obviously incredibly upset about what has happened and may be looking for revenge.
I think it was President Obrador, the previous president, who said that his country was in danger of becoming a narco state. It's about 10 years ago, there was another previous president who is said to have received a bribe of $100 million from one of these cartels. Is it even possible for Mexico to win this war against drugs?
I think that's a question that's long been asked, really. And if you look at what's happened today here, the response from members of the cartels to one of their kingpins being arrested, it shows you that this is a huge network. These are incredibly powerful people. They have a lot of supporters, a lot of underground networks that the authorities struggle to keep up with. Like, you look at the Jalisco cartel, which El Mencho was leading. You know, they took on the military with pretty audacious campaigns, pretty audacious drone attacks, things like that, which indicates just the power that they have and the ability to take on the authorities. So it's a huge task to try and rid a country like this of cartels. Today has shown just how difficult that is, but perhaps you could say it's one step in the right direction with one of the biggest drug lords in Mexico who's now been killed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I found out the name. It was Enrique Peña Nieto who was accused of receiving that bribe. Of course, he denied it. Adam, thanks very much.